Now, still speaking of the Uasin Gishu County, the governor, that is Jackson Mandago, has said that he's seeking to introduce a bill that will have the betting companies pay 50% a tax so that they can help in developing sports in the country. An amount, rather, that will go into the sports fund. Moses Swahisi spoke to him, and this is what
ends, and that is Jackson Mandago. It has been an epic day, a beautiful one, I should add, and a lot of talent. You have a lot of talent in your region.
Thank you very much. Indeed, as a county, we are proud again to host the CAS Marathon. This is a marathon that starts in Nandi County and ends here in Uasin Gishu County. And I can tell you that today's race was a tough race, particularly for the men. By the time they were in kilometer 30, we still had more than 30 athletes in the top leading bracket. And that shows that we have a lot of new young talent. The beauty of this marathon, it is not possible to win twice. You win once, you exit the international platform. You cannot come back here. You will not win even if you come back, because always there is new recharged talent in the region. And we want to thank CAS and CAS Chairman Banasike Joshua for continuously sponsoring this marathon. This is among the oldest marathons we have in this town, and is among the first institutions to ever sponsor a marathon continuously. And we want to thank them for the support they have given us and the resources, of course, they have put in the marathon. Today we have people here walking home with 1.5 million, 1,500,000. So kuna uwezekano ulikuja na pikipiki, lakini kurudi nyumbani unaenda na Probox. Unaona hiyo inaitwa immediate development na ni personal development. So I want to thank us for that. We in county government support athletics and other sports, because we believe through sports we can also achieve things like stopping idleness in the young people, also building cohesion. We are using sports and also using sport as an economy. In this region, among the leading investors we have our athletes. So we really want to thank us for sponsoring this marathon.
How do we take care of the many talent region, because we have a lot of talent, training facilities, sometimes maybe others will say we want more, high altitude training areas, sometimes they'll say we want more, and with more and even better, the talent at the same time, how they come and impact the economy. How are we taking care with all this in mind with what will come back?
We in counties, we are putting up sporting facilities. One in Uasin Gishu, what we have done, at least in one primary school, in every ward, we are upgrading their field to a good level where people can do speed work, practice and even small competition. We are also developing our high altitude training center in that is in Tarako ward. We have
talking about that. What is the state of it? Because I know for some time about that high altitude area, people have waited for it to be completed.
And in fact, let me say it's unfortunate because it's taken a little bit longer than we expected, because we had challenges with the contractor that had won the tender. And this is one area that the Treasury, through the Directorate of Procurement, should relook into. This business of saving the lowest price does not necessarily guarantee the best quality and capacity to deliver. Because some people have registered companies as contractors, but they are not experts in that sector. So when they give you quotation, they give you the lowest price, yes, but they will not deliver on the job. But we have terminated the contract of that contractor, and I want to assure you we are going to source a contractor that is going to complete that project. Within the next 12 months, we should have a very beautiful high-altitude training center. We have also decided to establish school holiday training camps, where we approach a school, at least one in every sub-county, and we convert it to a camp for the period the schools are closed. So we bring in the athletes, we bring in the tacticians, we bring in the managers, the coaches, they train them there for a month. We dissolve the camp when the school opens as we continue developing our training centers.
I know the county government has a share to play, a very big share to play. What happens with the national government in making all this happen? Because there has to be a balance. I know people are waiting to see Kipchoge Keino Stadium come to completion. It has told. How do we balance all this?
First and foremost, let me thank the President for putting up a sports fund. What has been lacking in Kenya is a kitty to support sports and nurture sports to a level where we can compete internationally, turn that into a marketing tool for this country. And now with the sports fund that has been established under Ministry of Sports, a lot of money that is being collected from sports, from all these betting and lotteries, will now go to the sports fund. Through that fund, they should be able now to complete the stadiums because they will have a fund that is not subject to budget. You know, Treasury will not have to say, now bring this money, we rebudget. No. The Ministry of Sports, through the fund, will now budget to complete the stadiums and now develop even more because they will now be directly in charge of the fund and they will have no reason not to complete now all the stadia. And we have a number of stadia that were started almost 5 years ago. We have Kipchoge Keino here in Eldoret, we have Ruringu Stadium, we have Kakamega, we have Kamarin, we have Kipchoge Keino in Nandi. All stadia are not complete because of construction also. But with the sports fund, we are happy that that fund was established, going to help now improve the facilities. What we only want to urge the members of parliament is these taxes on that were reduced to that, is it 15%? Oh, they should even make it 51. Betting jamba.
But
SMS, mtu anapokea hapo 200 shillings free bila. Why even say 50% ya hiyo pesa iende ku develop sports and the business? There's nothing they are going to lose. Because what is going to happen if you this sporting facility, you will even make now more money because the volumes will increase. It is possible now to bring a match, or buy and the Premier Leagues. You take it to people will bet the whole of it in. But now people of it in cannot watch football because they are not there.
Some people are arguing and saying that when you talk about betting and increasing that money, others are saying that these betting firms go back and put those monies in different clubs. They sponsor clubs. We've seen what happens, for instance, Gor Mahia, the amount of money they...
Sponsorship, how much? We have 40 million Kenyans. And I can tell you today in a day, probably about 10 million Kenyans are putting money on sports person. 10 million times 200 for a day, times even an average of 10 days. And then you sponsor Gor Mahia 50 million. What is 50 million? You know, we have to get a little bit serious, my friend. I am a pro increasing the taxes for betting. Na hata wasipongeza, waningoje hii bunge tunaenda next. Mimi ndo nitakuwa hapo kalia hiyo mswada.
So you think with an increase of betting taxation, things will change, and that's the sports the factor.
I want to tell those involved in betting business, there is nothing absolutely they are going to lose. What we are going to do is broaden their customer base by availing more sporting facilities. Then they will have more customers, taking games almost to every region. So you are increasing the customers. Those who are not betting in the past will now come into the bracket for betting. So they should support, in fact, my motion of having the taxes for betting increase. Yeah.
As we conclude, what do you think is the future of sports in your county and also in Kenya?
I'm a worried man. To be honest, we have a lot of talent. We don't know what to do with them. Because you can imagine today, in the 42-kilometer men, we had 560 athletes. Of the 560, 200 are professional. We don't know what to do with them. We are even asking now, do we begin athletes stock exchange so that we can...
We've seen some who've crossed the borders and they're running for different nationalities.
What we want, and I think this is where now national government and the Ministry of Sports need to come in, we want a structured way of people moving. You know, we don't want our citizens crossing the border, then they're mistreated, they go to some countries, citizenship, then they're not even rewarded consumerately to that. If government can step in strongly, so that there is even legislation and a legal framework of saying, we have athletes. And this has been my argument all along. In football, you get a good footballer, you sell the next club. And this makes money. Why can't we sell athletes to a country that wants? We make money, develop the facilities, it makes money. Because kukimbia zaidi, my friend, is not about competition ya win gold peke yake.